This afternoon we want to talk about the ballot or the bullet. The ballot or the bullet explains itself. But before we get into it,
make my bum buckle and say something. Watch your feet.
People, good morning. I am Keto Swan, and this is the Black Agenda Report Morning Shot for Wednesday, August 15, 2010. According to a Reuters news brief, yesterday in New York City, U.S. District Judge Denise Cote denied a lawsuit filed by the Bob Marley family against Universal Music Group that sold copyrights to several of Marley's best-known recordings. Cote ruled that UMG is the rightful owner of copyrights to 5 albums that Marley had recorded between 1973 and 1977 for Island Records. These albums include Catch a Fire, Burning, Natty Dread, Rastaman Vibrations, and Exodus, and have some of Marley's best known songs including Get Up Stand Up, I Shot the Sheriff, and No Woman No Cry. Marley's family accused UMG of intentionally withholding royalties from their company 56 Hope Road Music Limited. It also accused UMG of failing as required to consult with them on key licensing decisions, including the use of Marley's music as ringtones on AT&T, Sprint, and T-Mobile phones. The irony of this is that Marley's music condemns the very imperialism, capitalism, and thievery being displayed by UMG and the court system. This is why they must say Babylon is Bobby wrong, cause them wrong. Now get your hand out of my pocket and get that camera out of my face. Several news outlets are reporting that the late Ernest, a well-known photographer of the civil rights movement, was actually an FBI informant. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Withers was well trusted by high-ranking civil rights leaders, including Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and is perhaps best known for his photograph of Emmett Till, as well as the classic shot of Martin Luther King as he sat pondering on a bus. According to Robbie Brown of the New York Times, a 2-year investigation shows that from at least 1968 to 1970, Withers provided photographs, biographical information, and scheduling details to 2 FBI agents in the Bureau's Memphis Domestic Surveillance Program. Withers died in 2007 at the age of 85. The only question is, who else? Meanwhile, Elaine Ganley of the Associated Press reported on Tuesday that the French Senate passed a bill banning the Burqas-style Islamic veil on public streets and other places in France. The bill outlaws face-covering veils, including those worn by tourists from the Middle East. It sets fines of 150 euros, which is about $185 US, and or citizenship classes for any woman caught covering her face. It also carries stiff penalties for anyone, such as husbands or brothers, convicted of forcing the veil on a woman. This would draw a 30,000 euro or 38,000 USD fine and year in prison, which would be doubled if the victim is a minor. However, many Muslims believe the legislation risks raising the level of Islamophobia in a country where mosques, like synagogues, are sporadic targets of hate. While France would be the first European country to pass such a law, others, notably neighboring Belgium, are considering implementing similar rules. This only serves to highlight tensions within France between the state and African and Asian populations who live there, many of whom are Muslim. Next time, friends, if you have an issue with Islam, you might not want to colonize peoples who practice Islam, because colonized and neo-colonized peoples tend to end up in the metropoles of the colonizers. And finally, on to some juvenile. Over the past 2 weeks, we've witnessed the West Indian Carnival in New York and Notting Hill West Indian Carnival in the UK. What is missed on many is that the Notting Hill West Indian Carnival was started by Claudia Jones, the Trinidadian black nationalist, political activist, journalist, and communist. Jones's political activism blossomed while she lived in Harlem, New York, and as such she was jailed 4 times and deported from the United States in 1955. She moved to London where racist violence in the area peaked in 1959 with the murder of a young Antiguan man by 6 white males. Jones helped to form the West Indian Carnival as a response. In 1958, she also founded and edited the anti-imperialist, anti-racist paper, the West Indian Gazette and Afro-Asian Caribbean News. Well, y'all, take care. This has been Keto with the Black Agenda Report Morning Shot. Peace.